Ladies, it's your time to shine with all things fabulous with First for Women on Afternoon Express. For insurance with a host of fabulous benefits, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.
South Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. My name is Jeannie D.
Welcome indeed to Afternoon Express. I'm Bonnie Mbuli.
Now, it's the 1st of July, which means we are slap bang in the middle of winter, as you can tell.
And winter doesn't feature on your calendar, of course.
I am in full denial. I do not love the cold. In fact, I'm going to Europe next week for a week to run away from the freezing cold and the coldest part of it. Oh no, full denial from me.
Today in the show, we speak to the key cast members of SABC3's new drama, High Rollers, which is its second season premiered this week. Xolile Tshabala and Fezile Mpela are in the studio to talk to us about it. And also, we chat about a topic that a lot of women are going to love, the modern day woman's expectation of a real man.
The modern day's expectation
We've got a lot to say
of a real
about
man.
that.
Well, we are going to be busy in the studio today. And also, if you didn't know, it's World International Joke Day. And I was trying to come up with lists and lists of jokes.
Yeah. And all of them weren't appropriate for the show.
Not one was appropriate for the BCCSA. So anyway, do you know any amazing jokes? I mean, you're quite a funny girl.
I know one that a very good friend of mine taught me. What is this? A vicious circle.
We also have Danilo in the kitchen today. Hey, Danilo.
Clearly, the modern day woman's expectation of a man is to put him in the kitchen and make them nice treats. That's what I'm going to be doing today. And I'm standing next to an absolute legend in South Africa. His name is Tim Plewman. He's the man behind the current Defending the Caveman, and he's also wrote the book and really have got the rights to this entire production. So you are funny man, actor, playwright. Really looking forward to chatting to you.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny jokes to think about for later?
Well, I've got better ones than that, but we'll get them later, maybe. Yeah.
We'll keep those for later. And then standing by in the kitchen, we do have one of my favorite people to cook with in the kitchen. Give me a hug. I love her so much. She's so awesome to cook with. Abigail, it's very good to have you back in the kitchen. What are we making today? Because I understand it's something sour and sweet and tarty.
Absolutely. You said the joke.
What? Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well,
No,
tell us anyway.
It's a fabulous gluten-free lemon tart.
Oh, amazing.
So kind of going back from the 90s, it was like a famous, fabulous pudding. Yeah, and so I've kind of did a little bit of a twist on it.
Lovely. So it's almost like you can cheat because it's kind of healthy, but not at the same time.
It's
So
got
it's
the
like
sugar, but it hasn't got the flour. But you know what? You need balance.
All right.
So, yeah.
Looking
and it's
forward to
delicious.
it. I love it so much. Don't forget, if you guys want to get involved in the show today, you need to make sure you contact us on all of our social media sites. Our Twitter handle is Afternoon Chat, and you can use the hashtag Afternoon Express. Otherwise, comment on our Facebook page or 083-913-3728. I know there are a whole bunch of women out there who want to get involved in this conversation. The modern day woman's expectation of a man. I want to make sure that I do sneak my opinion in there at some point, so make sure you stay tuned for that. In the meantime, though, our first guest is on the couch.
Our first two guests are two very accomplished and well-known actors. We've seen them on soaps such as Generations and Seven de Laan, but now they star in the highly rated drama series High Rollers on SABC3. They play Gugu and Titi Mogale, a powerful couple who share the golden spotlight together. The second season, of course, premiered on Monday night on SABC3, and we can't wait to hear all about the new season. Let's welcome Xolile Tshabala and Fezile Mpela. Welcome to The Loft.
Thank you,
Thanks
Bonnie.
for having
It's
us,
always
Bonnie.
such an honor to interview my favorite actor.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Just biased.
What can we expect from the new season?
Drama,
intrigue, and yeah.
suspense, backstabbing, cheating, lying.
All the stuff we
all
love.
the
stuff we love,
all the
yeah.
drama that you'd expect from High Rollers.
Exactly. You two are very strong characters, and you are strong actors as well. And there's a power play in between Titi and
Yeah.
What's going on? How
All,
did
all I can say is Lady Macbeth. That's
Lady
all I can
Macbeth
say.
and Macbeth? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, TT's whipped. I mean, okay, I would say that because she was hot when she was younger, not that she's changed, she's hot now still.
She's
But
she is.
what happened was he fell in love with a really pretty woman, and over time she became stronger and stronger, and she's taken over, literally.
But that's what women do, right? They take
Yes,
over their men,
eventually
right?
they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
That's
just
what
say,
we expect of modern men,
it's
yeah.
behind
We
every...
weren't told this as men when we were growing up. We didn't know this, okay?
Yes.
They say behind every man there's a successful woman who's going, go!
Don't do it. Just fix it. Fix it.
And she does it on high rollers every single time.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So she lives vicariously through your character.
Completely,
And
yeah.
if he can't, I'll stand on his head and dance, and he will do what I want him to do.
Awesome. I love
But
it.
you know, every now and then a man's got to be a man who's going to stand up and pull his pants
Yeah.
up and say,
But I'm
no.
always there.
Now, the series was shot in an actual casino. How did that environment lend itself to the manifestation of these roles?
Well, it's part shot in a casino and part shot in studio. So all the busy scenes that we need to help the audience believe that we're in a casino, in a huge casino with the sounds and machines and people, we shoot there. And then all the intimate scenes where we feel we need to drive the story and tell the story, we bring the audience then into the studio.
But being in the casino just brings it to life, just brings high rollers to life, because you wake up, we're there at, what, 6 o'clock in the morning, and people are still there, the excitement, the buzz. So it just also helps us as actors to just wear these characters. Literally, I wear mine.
Yeah, I can imagine it's almost like the casino itself becomes a character in a story.
That's the next character. I mean, the casino is 24 hours, and the type of people that live in a casino.
And the money that is there.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, let's be honest. How much money did you lose throughout the series?
Okay. Well,
Millions.
mostly you lost it because of me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean the real you.
No. We try not to gamble.
Yeah.
I know you guys are professionals. You also work with some amazing actors, Bromilda.
Yes. Justin
Labs,
Stratham
yes.
and
Rolanda
Rolanda Marais, beautiful
Anthony
actors.
Coleman.
Anthony Coleman. We've got
Strong
Anthony
cast.
Coleman. We've got Terence Bridges now.
Yes, Terence
It's
Bridges.
phenomenal.
Carmel
You walk on
Fisher.
set, you're like,
And it's
I
just-
hope I know my work. Because
my
I'm working with people that I'm like, do I know my work?
And
I
it's-
love
It's a
that feeling.
You know that feeling.
Yeah.
When
you-
everyone's got their A game on,
and,
Bring
yeah.
their A
and you
game.
think you've got yours, and you go, wow,
And then Fezile
okay,
looks
more.
at you every morning, is like, do you know what you're doing today?
Yeah, and you spend the rest of the day thinking, am I the weakest link? Am I the weakest link here?
I'm not. So you're always like
And
pushing.
you try not to fluff because
Yes.
the fluff then looks like you're not prepared, but actually it isn't that.
Even you can't make a mistake. People look at you funny. It's amazing, and we've got an amazing crew. I think I
Yeah.
work
That we
in the
do.
place
South
where
African crews are so
On
hardworking.
they're the most
on
hardworking
point.
people, and they
Yeah.
come there in the morning. They stay, I don't know how many hours, and we come in there made to make. Literally, I think I'm just made to come here to be made to look pretty,
Look
right?
pretty.
The
Walk in,
No,
look good, and
hardly.
walk
people
away.
are
You
amazing.
work hard.
No. Those people, we just love our crew, and we've
So
got amazing.
thank you to our crew out there.
We have amazing directors as well. So it's a nice place. It's a
Was
nice
there a
place.
scene that the two of you shot that was so intense and so harrowing that you just can't forget it?
Yes.
And you can't wait for us to see
I
it?
remember that scene. Oh, no.
Tell me.
It's changed now because Miss Thing was not well on that day. We had planned this amazing, passionate, love-making scene where, because our characters are always fighting.
Yeah.
And we never quite find that balance where they're in love and they're touching.
Yes,
So
and
now-
there's strong
so now-
intensity.
too
Which you need. You need that
You need that.
intensity
So
to
now
juxtapose
we've got
it.
this amazing scene. I'm prepped.
You're ready. You've
I'm
sprayed.
ready. Hey,
You've got your gum.
I smell good. She's sick.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So I got neck kisses. Like,
I was
really?
sick. It's winter. People get sick. I was ill, and I found myself at work, and I thought to myself, really, Xolile? Out of all these days,
it was all in the eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we made it
bummer.
work, right?
We tried to
We
make
made
it
it
work.
work. We
I'm
made it
sure
work.
you made it work. You guys are prolific actors, and you are veterans in this game. And it's a hard question to ask, but I'm like, what more do you want to do? Because I feel like you've done so much of it already.
What do you want to do for
Mine's bigger. I'll go after you.
Okay, yours is bigger, you see.
And you're a director as well. You're a writer as well.
No, I just direct. I'm very good at directing.
Okay.
I'm good at breaking the script apart.
But
I
you
think
can
it works.
write. You could write.
Of course,
You
of
just
course,
prefer
of
to
course.
direct.
You know, for me, I always say this. If I can see myself uniting the continent, I will be the happiest person in the world.
Wow.
That's what I want to do with our stories. I feel that's my mission. I studied overseas. We tried, you and I, overseas.
Yes.
For me, people will ask, why did you come back from America? I'm like, you don't understand. The mission is this continent.
speaking of
people
which,
don't understand.
yeah.
I'm like, the mission is this continent. I am an African. I want to tell African stories. That's who I am. So, yeah, that's my
You
story.
know, funny that one thing that living in LA did for me is it
Yeah.
made me fall more in love with Africa.
Thank you very much.
Do you find that that's what happened?
For me, I went there to study, I went there to become a director, and I came back, and it just made me realize how beautiful this continent is and how much me, as a young African, Mandela fought for, whoever fought for. It's just for me to stand up and say, I want to make it better. Whatever they gave, I want to also add to that.
Wow.
That's what I am. That's what about. Yeah.
Oh, that belittles what I want to do, but it doesn't matter now, does it? No, ideally, we'd like to be remembered as those who pioneered the changes that happened in the industry. And if it means we changing how we get treated, how we get paid, how the outlook of the industry will be. I want my name
your skin color,
where
they pay you as an actor.
Your
worth, your worth, not your skin color, not the fact that you're a woman. We want to change that. We want to be one of those actors, because times have changed, times have moved. We want to be able to say, when our children in the future come and say, I am getting paid because I'm good at what I do, not because of my skin color, not because of my race, not because of my sex.
We as parents were the yardsticks that paved that way.
Yes.
And I don't want my kids to look at me and go, but Dad, why didn't you? There should be no excuses.
Yes. You took the words right out of my mouth. But you're not going anywhere. You're staying with us. We're going to chat more interesting things later.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Make sure not to miss High Rollers every Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:30 on SABC3. After the break, Danilo gets gluten-free in the kitchen, and we speak with renowned actor and playwright Tim Plewman.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Afternoon Express. So we're busy making a tart in the kitchen, and make sure that you guys at home cook along with us. www.afternoonexpress.co.za. All the recipes and shopping lists are there for you. Otherwise, on our Facebook page, if you find us Afternoon Express, it's also all listed out for you over there. And I saw some of you very excited to making this tart with us today. So Abigail, first of all, is there anything I can help you with? Because you said to me this is a simple, quick and easy recipe.
It's simple, but I know that you love cooking so much.
I do,
You're going to do some mixing.
Cool.
So the pastry, as I say, is gluten-free, and instead of flour, I've got some fantastic coconut. Coconut is my favorite ingredient right now.
Mine too, actually.
I'm just adoring it. Coconut milk, coconut sugar, whatever's coconut, it's just fantastic. And coconut and lemon are a great combination.
mix.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
and
this.
because lemon is citrus and it's a winter fruit, it's in season at the moment, and I've done a beautiful lemon feature in the latest taste, which is on sale now. So it's all fantastic. Lemon
There's a whole
marmalade.
2-page spread and it looks so good.
In fact, we've dedicated it 2 pages just to this lemon tart.
One.
So so it's really simple. This tart it's 5 ingredients.
Okay, which
That's
is
all. So
the coconut, sugar,
eggs, cream, lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Oh my word. Okay, cool.
So these are this is 3 egg whites.
Yeah.
Which we're going to add the egg yolks to the mixture, so there's no wastage. You want to just
Can I
give
mix
that
it
a
for you?
nice
Yeah, sure.
mix,
That's cool. And while you add it, you must start thinking of some jokes, because it's international.
No,
joke.
I'm not a joke girl. I'm not a joke girl. You tell
I
me a joke.
I can tell you the shortest joke in the world.
Okay.
2 women sit on a bench quietly.
Yeah.
Because 2 women can't sit on a bench quietly? No?
Okay,
No.
let's move on.
Let's
move on.
Let's move on.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
all
that's-
right. So you just got to feel it. It's just got to kind of be compressed into the tart tin.
Okay, so is this like kind of mixed up? Okay.
Yeah, and I love to just...
Oh, can I?
You've got to feel
Okay,
food
I was
with
wondering
your
whether I'm allowed
hands.
to. My
Yeah,
hands
of
are
course
clean,
you
I didn't
can.
wash
No,
them,
no,
so-
they are. So that's going to really set. So you
It's
want to
just-
plonk that into that grease tin. It's a fantastic grease-proof tin already, so you don't really need to grease it.
Cool.
And just pat it
that's
and give
so
it nice
convenient,
compression
nice
up the
and tight.
sides as well. Let me put some more in for
You
you.
know what I used to make as a kid, and was one of my favorite desserts to make, was little coconut ice. Coconut ice.
Exactly, yeah.
Just so good.
yeah.
Just reminds
And
me
now
of
they're
that
making it
smell.
fancy because they say food colouring is not so great for you. So they use beetroot juice as well to make the pinks. That's nice and natural. But that's fantastic, especially in our school holidays, is to make coconut ice with your kids.
Oh, yeah. And it's so
Yeah.
nice and tasty. It's
Yeah,
treaty.
it's
You can,
delicious.
Imagine if during exams you could have like one after each question
Exactly.
that's answered. Almost
So
push
you
it
really
to the
just got
side.
to push it to the side, just lift it up naturally. And this is just going to be popped into the oven, 180 degrees, just to set naturally.
Okay, so
and
we're
that
gonna-
will probably take about 10-15 minutes, just so it's golden brown.
Amazing.
And then we'll make our filling. And just pat it up there.
There we go.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be perfect.
This is a fun one to do with the whole family as well.
Exactly. The more rustic, the better.
I love it. She just takes over. She's like, you're just clearly not doing a good enough job. I'm going to
No,
do.
man, we're doing
I'll
it
try.
together.
Okay,
There we go. That's fantastic.
Yours is much better than mine, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you're involved with that. So that's going to go pop into the oven, 180
minutes.
degrees for 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Do we have a
Okay.
cloth? Yes, we've
we
got
do.
a cloth. Nice
And in the
cloth.
meantime, however, you guys can go and check what's happening on the couch, because this man is an absolute legend in South African playwriting. He's an actor, and Jeannie's standing by to talk to him more.
Thanks, Danilo. So today in the loft, we have Vita award-winning actor, dancer, writer and producer Tim Plewman with us, who's currently back on stage to add to his 1,544 sold-out performances of the longest-running and the most successful solo comedy in South African theatre history, Defending the Caveman. Now, this Broadway production still holds the record of the longest-running non-musical solo comedy of all time and has entertained more than 1 million people worldwide. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you. Thanks. Lovely to be here. Hi.
Okay, let's talk. Defending the Caveman.
Yeah.
So, firstly, congratulations. 1,544 shows.
Well, that's actually out of date. It's actually 1,558 shows now.
Tonight's going to be 59.
59.
Why do you think this show is so popular?
You know, what we are, regardless of what everybody may think, we are men and we are women. And between the two of them, there's a great misunderstanding and a lot of things of expectations that one have and a kind of idea of what the others should do. Yeah. What Defending the Caveman does is it brings these two sides who've got this idealistic or unrealistic view of what the other one should be doing and actually just makes it clear. And so you're sitting there and you're thinking, I've got this problem with this person that I'm married to. It's my problem. And you suddenly discover that it's everybody's problem. Well, now it's not such a problem. And we keep having a generational grow where people keep falling in love and keep getting into couples and keep needing to find out what's going on. Yeah. And Defending the Caveman is the definitive work that describes the difference and the reasons behind men and women. It's not knocking anybody, and that's the thing. Yes. It's not trying to make fun of, it's making fun with.
Yeah, and it's a solo show. I mean, you are handling that whole stage entirely on your own. And I've decided, or at least I have a suggestion, that I could join you because I don't know anyone more at liberty than myself who's dated more cavemen and has defended more cavemen. So why do you think this story has stayed so relevant throughout the ages, or throughout all these years?
Genetically, the human species is exactly the same as it was 10,000 years ago. Genetically, we're exactly the same. Yes. Now, if we moved socially, if we moved genetically at the rate we change socially, we would never have any problems. Yeah. But we don't. We run ahead socially. We want to do different things. We want to do different things. But genetically, we're the same as we've always been. Yeah. So understanding why we do things is A, very funny, and B, vital to any successful relationship. So as you will know, having dated a number of cavemen. So
that's what I do.
That's what you do. I mean, that's what you do. In fact, there's a label that says on the dressing room, it says, I date cavemen. You know? But,
it's true.
So that's what
and
it's about.
invite all the other cavemen back. Joking.
Not really, not joking, but... So that's what the play is. The play is successful. And the play is, well, it's such fun besides anything else. You know, mostly people come to see the play. I will tell you that most men walk away with bruised ribs. Because their wives sitting there going like this, you know, that's what you do, that's what you do, that's what you do. And people come away with a new understanding of self. Yeah. And that's why it's...
So obviously it's such an important and relevant and popular play, but you have almost you've definitely South Africanized it and made it relevant to a South African audience, but also to different generations as well. Yeah. So how do you stay fresh as an actor who's been doing this for so long?
Well, it's been a fascinating journey. I've come back after some years of being away, and I've written 3 new plays and a new book in the time that I've been away.
We're getting to your book in a moment because I'm obsessed.
And so coming back to this and reading the material again and realizing what has changed in terms of our socialization within the country and being able to slowly adapt the piece to suit what we are today has been a great, great ongoing project. And when you go on stage, of course, at night, when you go, every audience is new. So every audience is coming to see the show. It's the first time they've seen it. So they bring an entirely freshness to this thing because they're hearing it for the first time.
And that's what keeps
and that's what keeps it exciting for me. I mean, when I'm on stage, as I walk on stage, there's like this, I feel this energy kind of bubble up as I've got a new bunch to tell the story to.
Exactly.
And that's, for me, it's a gift. It's an absolute gift.
And are they completely different age groups?
Yeah. I mean, I get literally from the ages of 16 to 90 in the audience. And it's relevant to everybody. Yeah. And that's the great thing, because for young people who don't know, they're suddenly discovering. And for old people who know it all, they're remembering. So, you know.
Yeah. So you're now an expert in the field.
Don't tell my wife.
Do you often get people asking you advice?
Well, you know, what I say to people is I say, come and see the play because that's the advice.
Exactly.
Outside of it, if you can't get it from that, then you're in problems, yeah.
And there are a lot of cavemen that you kind of have.
A lot of cave women too, eh?
Well, there has been a play actually, Defending the Caveman, I think, that ran.
Yeah.
Was that a similar? Was it same?
Well, yeah, it was a
umbrella?
spin-off. It was a spin-off from Caveman.
Yeah, I sometimes wake up looking like a bit of a cave woman, depending on my hairdresser. But okay, now you wrote a book recently, which was incredibly fascinating. Fitness for Old Farts.
Yes, I wrote the book Fitness for Old Farts. It got to number 7 on the bestseller list. Which
Amazing.
Was, great. And
what started that?
Well,
why did you decide to go on that journey?
I've always been into fitness and health.
Yes.
Well, from the age of 40. Because at the age of 40, I suddenly realized I couldn't do what I could do when I was 30. When I was 30, I played Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain for 2 years, tap dancing on stage, 8 performances a week. In the rain, you know, the whole thing. 22 tap dance numbers and 2 fight routines. And I weighed about the same as a thin feather. And could disappear behind it.
So that was really good cardio that you were
Very
doing.
good, you see.
I'm going to learn to tap.
Very good. Best cardio in the world, tap dancing.
Really?
But I could do all this. I had all this energy. And when I turned 40, I suddenly realized I didn't have that natural energy anymore. And that natural fitness. And so I started getting into gym. And started going to gym and starting discovering what gym does for you.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating subject, just in terms that if you realize that if you go to gym, if you had diabetics, you had diabetes, you were a heavy smoker, drank and ate poorly, but went to gym, your life expectancy would be bigger than a guy who did not have diabetics, ate a healthy lifestyle, did not smoke, but did not go to gym. So exercise in gym makes an enormous difference in your life as you get older. And that excited me enormously. And in order to do the kind of work that I want to do, I need to be at a level of fitness.
Exactly.
And hence the book.
Do you still tap dance?
I last did in The Last Moustache. I did a very small tap dance, but for Greg Viljoen, which was quite fun because Hitler tap dancing is always funny, and so I did it, but I don't really anymore. No.
And okay, for people who want to come and watch Defending the Caveman, where can they catch you?
Well, at the moment, I'm on at the Baxter Theatre in Cape Town at the Opera House, and I'm on until Saturday, the Saturday the 4th. Then I'm shooting up to Grahamstown. I'm doing 3 performances in Grahamstown at the Vic. Then I'm off to the Centurion Theatre in Pretoria for 2 weeks, then to the Hilton Festival, then to Pietermaritzburg, and then I'm back in Johannesburg in November and December at the Victory Theatre in Houghton. So book now.
Great. Well, don't go away. We're going to be chatting to you and defending more caveman
in
just a little while. Tim will be back with us on the couch a bit later, so make sure you join the conversation. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the hashtag Afternoon Express. Comment on our Facebook page or give us a call on 083 913 3728. After the break, Danilo and Abigail finish off those delicious gluten-free tarts.
Express yourself.
South Africa, are you with us?
Express yourself.
And welcome back to Afternoon Express. So we're just about to finish our tart in the kitchen, and apparently Abigail has a better joke than mine.
Well, I did get your joke eventually.
Oh, did you get
Yes.
it?
2 women sitting on a bench could never just keep quiet.
Thank you. She got it.
Okay, but
She
my
got it.
joke is,
Yeah?
it's better. I'm a lemon. I need a squeeze.
I need a glass of water because that was so dry. That was
Lame.
so dry.
Okay, rather let's do what we do
let's
best,
do
and I
what
do
we know.
best cooking, not telling jokes. Okay, so what we have here is our 3 egg yolks.
Egg yolks.
Okay, the egg whites we used in our tart base.
Okay.
Okay, and then 2 extra whole eggs.
Full eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 4, yeah. There we go.
together.
And then a cup of sugar.
Clean for you.
Thank you. And as I say, 5 simple ingredients in this tart. Cup of cream
Cream.
and a squeeze of lemon.
Oh, a squeeze of lemon. So how many, if you have the just normal lemon juice that you can buy, you can use that
Well, they're
too.
in season now, so they're quite nice and juicy. So I would
nice
say
and
about,
fresh.
yeah, say about 3. Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And do you want to whisk
Talk
that up?
for you.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm actually quite good at whisking, so.
And you can put it in a blender, but what I find with a blender is that it creates a little bit of foam on top. So when you pour it into your tart, you kind of have that little bit of kind of foamy texture
Yes,
top, which I
yes.
really don't like. So then
Okay.
you need to skim it off. So I just do it by hand.
Amazing.
Okay.
I thought about it. I'll tell you another joke later. Okay.
Okay, just remind me to laugh. And I won't tell you one.
This is why I like cooking with Abigail in the kitchen. This exact reason. Yeah. Is this,
Okay, so I think that's enough whisking.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so simple.
Okay, and then do you want to pour it into your baked tart? And this is like really
dripping.
simple. You know, you could make your coconut tart a couple of days before, just keep it wrapped up in kind of wax paper. And there, that's perfect.
And that's
it's not
it?
going to go off this. Yeah, absolutely. So that needs to go back in the oven, Daniela, for also 180, same temperature,
Okay.
and really 10 to 15 minutes. You don't
nice
want to
quick one.
overcook it. You don't want it cracked. You just want the custard just to set beautifully, and you
incredible.
get this beautiful tart, creamy texture with that fantastic tropical coconut.
It looks amazing. I know you've also prepared for us some meringue to put on top just to decorate it.
Absolutely.
Which we'll get into a little bit later. Do you
Yeah.
want to show me how to actually
Yeah,
do that? though? 'Cause
absolutely.
I think that's
Cool.
one of the hardest
Yeah.
parts. I've never known how to... I'm not a big meringue fan. Only recently I've started to like it. I'm such a mess today.
That's okay. Do you want to pull
bring
that
this one to you.
beautiful one that obviously we've just sneaked out of the oven?
Yeah,
all
this one's the
beautiful
one
and
that's
set?
done.
Yeah. So what you could do is you could, if you were in a hurry, you could also with load shedding, you could prepare your meringues, just pipe your egg white
Okay.
and your icing sugar or caster sugar that you've beaten up onto a baking tray or onto a grease baking tray, popping them in little, they're tiny, so they take like 5 to
cool.
10 minutes.
I see.
Or you can decorate your tart and then put it under the grill.
Oh, I
for
see, so it does the same thing.
Quick to tinge it, or you could blow torch it
Okay,
and
so
it'd
how,
be a
do you
little
want
bit
to show
fancy.
me what I'm
Okay.
actually meant to? Because we've actually
Cool.
prepared our own one here. I know that apparently you guys can also buy now, which is really cool, you can buy your own liquid egg white.
Absolutely. Woolies has it, and it's fantastic because
incredible.
you just add your sugar and yeah, you
So you
just
need to do
then
all that separating.
keep it in the
Okay.
fridge as a standby ingredient.
Okay, now this is the part that
And when
makes
I
me
pipe, I
nervous.
don't want to really cover. I just want the tart to have a little bit of attitude and make it
Yes.
your kind of own. So I don't want to cover the whole tart. I just want to
Yes.
randomly.
So I can
wanna
tell you my joke
practice.
now. I will practice.
Okay,
Can I tell
you
you
can
my joke
practice,
now?
and I will try and concentrate a lot.
So a boy walks into his father's room and says, "Daddy, they're here. They're in the backyard." And the daddy says, "Who's in the backyard?" He says, "The boys." And the dad goes, "My milkshakes." Because the milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Anybody?
Okay.
I'll put one more in the middle
I'm
here.
sure a lot of the readers out there
I'm
are just
pretty sure that-
laughing.
No, and they're
their
probably not. They're
pants
probably
off.
lambasting me on Twitter right now, but it is
Ooh.
fine. So we're going to wrap this up in the kitchen right now, and when we come back, well, don't forget, also, although dogs would like nothing more than to spend 24 hours right by your side, it's not always possible, and I do know that. So by leaving them cooped up inside all day, what you're really doing, and while you're at work particularly, it can be detrimental to their health and physical health as well. So just imagine a place where your dog could spend the day running, playing, or taking a nap in a safe outdoor environment with the supervision of professionals by animal behaviorists as well as trainers. Well, you don't have to imagine it anymore because the places like McCanine Day Camp, and we've got more information right here in the loft.
While we spend our days at work, our dogs spend their days at home. And as we know from being at work, boredom leads to destructive behaviors. So instead of being bored at home, dogs can go to day camp where they can spend the day playing, just like Quota.
This is Quota. He's 8 months old. He's a German Shepherd. He's very energetic and he likes chewing on just about everything.
McCanine Day Camp provides a safe, clean, and fun environment for dogs who need to expel their energy constructively while their owners are at work, so they aren't prone to loneliness or boredom.
The inspiration behind Day Camp was really just hearing stories from owners about how their dogs were causing mayhem when they were at work the whole day because their dogs were bored, really. So we decided to offer this service where people can drop their dogs off and their dogs are kept busy and active the whole day and they're not causing any problems at home then.
Quota's been coming to Day Camp since he was 4 months old because I thought that it's unfair to leave him at home on his own all day, and he is a German Shepherd, which means he's got lots of extra energy, and this is a good place for him to spend that extra energy.
It's really important for dogs to get out of the house because they've got a lot of energy they need to get rid of. They're really intelligent beings, and for them to stay cooped up in the house the whole day with nothing to do and no company is really not fair to them. So it's important that they get out and they have an opportunity to exercise, have fun, spend time with their buddies, and really just be a dog.
I know that Quota enjoys coming here. He always seems very excited when I put him in the car to bring him to Day Camp. He's always very excited to see the staff members here. And I know that he has a good time when he's here because he can dig to his heart's content. There's lots of chewies for him to play with, and there are some activities that he takes part in during the day as well.
The dogs have their own secure grass camp complete with toys, a dig pit, wading pool, and jungle gym. Each camp is slightly different, and the dogs are separated into smaller groups and rotated through the camp so they get a new experience each day.
Our staff is trained in dog behavior, and they do sometimes help owners with problems that their dogs may be having, but it depends on what the problem is. Some problems we can solve fairly quickly because they're really problems just related to boredom, but other problems are a little bit more in depth, and what we would do then is rather refer them to a qualified behaviorist. Not any dog can join day camp. We need to make sure that day camp is going to be fun for the dog. And some dogs actually don't prefer the company of other dogs. They would prefer to be at home on their own, perhaps with some kind of enrichment, some food puzzles, some devices like that. So we first assess the dog to make sure that day camp is going to be right for the dog, because ultimately we're wanting to make the dog's life a little bit happier, and we don't want to put him into a situation that he's not really comfortable with. Quota really enjoys the day camp. He's such an active young dog, which is very typical for an 8-month-old German Shepherd. And for him to get to come here, hang out with his buddies, dig, chew, and do all kinds of stuff that doesn't get him into trouble is exactly up his alley.
My favourite thing about day camp is that I know he's going to be very well looked after, and he's going to have good fun, and at the end of the day I'll be picking up a tired and happy dog.
The McCanine Day Camp is filled with wagging tails and love, ensuring that when work is done, you return home with a happy and healthy dog, ready for another day of play.
Express yourself.
Sit. Good boy. Beano, keep their tails wagging.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express on 3. Now, this is the question. What are the modern woman's expectations of a man? Do women want a clean-cut gentleman or, some rugged macho man? Are men still expected to be the breadwinner in a relationship? These are some of the questions that we're going to discuss right now. Joining the conversation is former Men's Magazine editor Louis Rubenheimer. And remember, we're taking your calls on 083 913 3728. We'd love to hear your opinion. Louis, welcome to our loft.
Thank you.
And this is such a relevant conversation, I think, especially in our day and age, because I think the roles of men and women have changed somewhat.
They have. I do feel like this is a trap and I'm about to get thrown under a bus.
I promise you I won't bite.
This is
why I've suggested. Don't worry, I'm going to protect you.
I also feel like if I knew these answers that I would be a very rich man. But you're right, absolutely, without a doubt. I think I spent the bulk of my adult life communicating to men, and men have changed a lot, and what women expect of men has also changed a lot. I mean, expectations are also sort of a difficult thing. You're always managing them. But the way that human beings conduct themselves, I think, is changing all the time.
Yeah.
Men are cleaner, men are better, they look after themselves better, they're healthier.
Yeah.
People do things together, they climb mountains and they ride bikes and they go running.
The man bun came out the top knot.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny? I recently did an interview for a women's magazine, and they asked me to give my tips of do's and don'ts for dating. And I said, if it's a first date, I always think it's nice if the man pays for the first date. Well, women lambasted me, and actually, the truth of the matter is the amount of times men have actually paid for anything on a date with me is, I can count on one finger.
Really? Do we still hold the same values as we used to with this gentleman nature?
Yeah, I mean, I think we do. I think we need to differentiate between. I mean, Fez and I were just talking off air about etiquette and chivalry and respect. I think opening doors, paying for dinner, on the first date, that kind of thing, needn't be confused with a lack of respect. It's just it's a chivalrous act. You're basically saying to somebody, I really like you and really respect you, and for that reason, I'm opening a door for you. I don't think the feminist movement need to get upset about that sort of thing. I don't think strong women need to get upset about that sort of thing.
No, of course.
I think it's
But
just.
you know why they get upset? Because you open the door for a week, and then the following week you don't open the door. It's like open the door yourself. So
There's a difference between, chivalry and manners.
yeah, manners.
I like manners.
Yeah, but keep it up. And every abled body, I'm able to pay for myself.
Yes.
But if you're going to do it. Don't do it because you're thinking you're impressing me for a week.
Exactly.
If you're going to do something, do it forever.
And also, if I can't afford to, I don't want to feel like I'm forced to pay just because even though I can't afford it. If I say, listen, I'd love to pay for you, it's the thought that counts, right?
Exactly. What do I do?
Careful. Christopher, please save me. I hope you have Christopher's on the line joining us from Crawford. I hope you have an opinion that's going to save me here, please.
Okay. Hello.
How's it, Christopher?
Chris.
How are you?
You look gorgeous. And I just wanted to say that I think the modern day man should respect and love women. And I was just saying, Tim, you do a fantastic job. You remind me of you remind me of Paul Stabiletsky. I don't know if you've ever worked with him. I was just wondering, I've been told that I'm naturally funny. Tim, could you just please tell me, when you left school, you know, it was tough times in South Africa with people being conscripted. What did you study? Did you get a degree from UCT like Peter Dirk Ace did?
No, well, just to let you know that Paul Slab is one of my closest friends, and I directed Heel Against the Head with Bill and Paul and did Pale Natives with them, so I'm a great fan of his. No, I in fact went to art college. So I studied to be a graphic artist. And while I was at college, I was a guitarist entertainer to earn pocket money in pubs. And a friend of mine said, listen, why don't we go to dance classes? Because that's where the girls hang out. And so I thought this sounded like good to me. And I found out I was in a room full of girls wearing very little who could count to 8, and I was the only straight man there. And it made a lot of sense, you know, as a 20-year-old. So, and while I was there, they said, well, why don't we go for this audition? And so I went along with the group, and I was the only one who got the part. Wow. And I thought, well, let me try a year. I did 1 year on it, and it was like I had walked home. And my career started there, and then I learnt on the boards. I was very fortunate to work with people like Paul, Bill, the great Rex Garner, who passed away a couple of weeks ago. Right. And that's how I got into the business, yeah.
That's fantastic. I went to the Constantia Ward of High School, and my friend Alex Gasson did a play with someone called Theo Radimer called Saturday Night at the Palace.
Yeah.
And anyway, I wanted to say you're very funny, and I'm interested in stand-up comedy, and I hope that you continue to excel in your profession. And I really, really enjoyed it, Defending the Caveman.
Thanks very much.
I think that the modern day woman, you know, respects her husband or partner to love and respect her. And my class teacher at the Constantia Ward of High School said that that's one thing you never do, which is hit a woman. And I think what people like you know, Jewel, is such an example to young people, just to try and encourage men not to hit women and to love and respect them.
Definitely.
Quite right. Quite right.
Thanks so much for the call,
Sorry for hijacking your show. I just wanted to say that I think that Jade Hubner is really sexy, and please tell her that I have a crush on her.
I'm not going to hijack your show, but I'm kind of going to.
Sorry.
Louis, can I take this conversation back to the modern day man? Because we are obviously sitting here as members of the media. We're creating images for men out there. How do you think we should start influencing men nowadays? What should men become?
I don't know. I've got a feeling like men are evolving quite nicely. I mean, we've got guys like Tim, you know, who's educating all of us, doing a brilliant job of it. So I was listening to him earlier on, thinking just like, this guy knows. We should all just we should all just gravitate towards, you know, the wisdom. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly believe that I look at couples around me, I look at people around me. I think men are becoming better fathers. You know, the days of sort of being missing every Saturday playing golf are gone, are done. Families are doing things together, lots of families. People are sharing the workload. You know, women are contributing to the household. Sometimes they're the main, they're the primary breadwinners. I think we're evolving quite nicely. I don't think everybody's on the same page. I think there are certain sort of cultural things that sometimes play a role, you know, that people from different parts of the world and different backgrounds have different approaches to it. But as a whole, as a society, as a South African society, and as the people of the planet, I think we're going along quite nicely. I think there's a lot more respect for women today than there's been at any point in the past. I think there's a lot more equality today than there's been at any point in the past.
I think you're right.
And hopefully we'll evolve even further.
Yeah. I think one of the great things that happens is because there's so much more that is out there for us to understand. You know, you've got to go back to World War II and realize that at World War II, only 1% of women were employed.
Yeah.
Because that's what the world was. And we simply didn't understand what the differences were. But through sociology, through psychology, through understanding, I think the world of knowledge has evolved. and it's included women so much more.
And people are becoming more compassionate, I think people everywhere are becoming slowly sort of becoming, you know, the number of people that have died since the Second World War, for example, is minuscule in comparison to before that.
Okay, we're going to continue this chat a little bit later. Thank you so much, though. It's amazing. And, of course, we are going to be taking more calls, Facebook comments, and all the rest of it.
And lots of interesting calls I'm expecting. But speaking of modern women, would you love to experience a day in the life of Bonang? From seeing her in action in her radio show to hanging out with us right here on Afternoon Express in the Loft, then make sure you catch our Revlon Foundation Friday series right here on Afternoon Express and enter competition on Twitter. Tweet us a picture of you holding your Revlon Color Stay Foundation. At Afternoon Chat is the handle you must send it to, and use the hashtag Foundation Fridays and hashtag LoveIsOn. And you and a +1 could win the ultimate celebrity experience where you'll be treated to 24 hours of luxury Bonang style. So don't miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So get snapping. And remember, we're taking your calls now. 083-913-3728. And don't forget, right now, something a lot of South Africans really like to talk about is their tea, and particularly rooibos.
Welcome to another installment of the Fresh Pack Natural Goodness series. We're all aware that people all over the world are striving for a healthier lifestyle, which is why a tea such as rooibos is continuously growing in popularity as more people consume it for its natural health properties. We explore the health aspects of rooibos and how these relate to modern lifestyles. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Bonnie.
It's lovely to have you back. Don't you love our conservatory?
It is so beautiful in here. Calm and natural.
Kelly, what are some of the health benefits associated with rooibos?
Rooibos is 100% natural, so there are no preservatives, flavorants, or chemicals added to it. The other thing about rooibos is that it's a wonderful source of antioxidants. So when you are eating a diet that's rich in vegetables and fruit, you're eating lots of antioxidants, and that's beneficial because it helps to protect you against heart disease and cancer. If you're adding rooibos to your daily intake, you're increasing the whole antioxidant value of your diet. And another thing about rooibos is that it's caffeine-free.
Yes.
And it's got a lovely natural sweetness, so you don't have to add anything to it if you don't want to.
Oh, that's amazing. Just as I was about to add some honey. With all these health properties, who is it most beneficial to?
The fact that it's caffeine-free means that it's really beneficial for anybody who's caffeine sensitive. So if you're under a lot of stress, or if you have high blood pressure, or you can't sleep if you drink coffee at night, then rooibos is a lovely option. It's also great during pregnancy and for children. So you don't want to give your children stimulants like coffee and black tea, but they can drink rooibos as a nice, soothing, comforting drink.
Wow, so I see we have all these delicious goodies here. What other delicious, healthy things can we add to our tea?
Okay, once you've made your rooibos, you can add slices of lemon or even squeeze lemon juice into it. You can also put kiwi fruit, there's some strawberries there, and you can put cherries into your tea and then eat them afterwards for extra antioxidants.
Wow, I love cherries. Yeah, and remember, if you don't have any fruit available, that Fresh Pack does come in a wide variety of flavors that you can enjoy. And not only is rooibos tea good for drinking, it's good for your skin too. Add any leftover tea to your bath as it acts as a natural moisturizer.
Express yourself.
Fresh Pack. Goodness comes naturally.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. So we're discussing the modern woman's expectations of men, and we've been having great chats, and a lot of you have responded. Thank you so much for your phone calls and Facebook comments. Let's go and have a look at some of those. We've got Lerato Moya, and she says, what's great about modern women is that they want a man, not need one, and all women should aspire to be like that. Power to independence. Thank you so much, Lerato.
Awesome. Michaela Jade De Sosa says, a financially independent modern woman should respect the man. In turn, she must then only expect her man to exercise good authority if she sees him as a potential husband.
Okay, we've got a phone call. We've got a caller on the line. Who do we have on the line? We've got Jackie. Jackie, what's your question or comment?
Afternoon, guys. I don't have much to say. I just want to pass a comment to Xolile. I just want to let her know that I admire her acting, and I think she's arguably one of the best actresses that we have in SA, and she should keep it up.
Nyabonga, thank you.
That's awesome.
I'm going to hide under the table, but thank you.
Have you guys heard of this campaign online called Don't is it
Mancriminate.
mancriminate. So it's manism, which is the opposite of feminism.
Yes.
And it's pushing this whole movement. Any of you heard about it?
I have not heard about it. I can't say I have, but here's what I say. Every abled body must be able to pick up their socks. That's what I'm saying.
I love
So
that.
true. I love you.
that. I
have to
love
say.
that.
Yeah.
Louis, have you gotten... have you received any letters from women complaining or upset about how they were portrayed?
I've never had I've never had any complaints at all. In fact, quite the opposite. I've had women coming along saying thank you because we finally understand.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, we do have a few more comments as well. Xolani, King Yonsei Gaga says...
The male version of Beyonce.
I think a modern woman wants someone who's independent, mature and loving. Bad boys, but not that bad. I always say I love myself a reformed bad boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at Twitter. We've got Colette Visser, who's an Oreo freak, and she says, I think the modern woman wants more emotional support and stability today. So, yeah, could be more emotional.
You know, I was raised by my mother, and my expectations of women would be mirrored on her.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately my parents divorced quite early, so my mother took on everything. So my expectation of a woman would then be that I know that women have the strength to do both male and female jobs. And if my mother could take on 3 kids, and I don't think I turned out too badly, so I think she did a pretty good job. So what then happens is that women, I'm going to be hit on my hand for this, but women love being taken care of, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem I would then find is when you're being taken care of, you don't take care of yourself.
No, I totally disagree.
That is
with her.
not
true. At all. Absolutely, absolutely
I'm not saying all of them. I just say my portion that I make.
So part of that, what you said was amazing, because I think I'm dating someone right now who's got an amazing mom, and he, I think, saw her maybe potentially, I don't know, being taken care by her father so well that he respects when I can take care of myself, but will still choose to do so.
But
in
you'll
that
be
place.
threatened by your success as well, because the problem then now, what we find with men, they get threatened by you. Like, I'm not going to marry Bonnie because Bonnie is more successful than...
You're allowed to generalize about men, and I'm not allowed to say anything. Okay, I'm just saying, I'll keep quiet. I'll keep quiet.
Maybe the opposite is that she's actually not being taken care of, and she's got so much strain and so much responsibility on her. That's why she's faltering on taking care of herself.
You see, I get it. I think women are far more powerful than they give themselves credit for. But I think relationships are about the following thing. Relationships are about 2 people who together are stronger than the 2 individuals. And that is what we've got to aspire to. It doesn't matter who does what. Together, you make a better team than a singularly.
See? You took the words right out of my mouth.
No, you didn't say it like that. All right, so Danilo has been in the kitchen, funny enough. We haven't emasculated him all today, but he's been making a fabulous tart, and we want to see exactly what that's looking like.
Oh, you guys are funny. And don't forget, guys, the conversation can still live online. So go into Facebook and Twitter and keep the conversation happening between yourselves and with us at Afternoon Chat. But I have finished my tart, ladies, and it actually looks cool. So I will cut this. Abigail, are you happy with the way it turned out?
Absolutely. You're a good piper.
Thank you.
Thank
Pie,
you.
yeah. Who wants the first slice? Because I'm cutting the first slice with a lot of meringue.
We're having a meringue.
Meringue.
I can't wait for my meringue. Made by a tart.
I'm quite generous with my
Jokes are funnier than
slices.
yours, Daniela.
Who's late? I don't know. I'm meant to be chivalrous. Which lady do I go for first?
I have this one. I have to
make it
tell
go
you
first.
one
Yes.
thing. The pressure is on, because if there's one thing that my Nana made better than anyone else in the world, it was meringues. Meringues.
No pressure.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you to all of our magnificent guests for a wonderful conversation. Thank you for watching. We will be back again tomorrow. From all of us, mwah, have a wonderful evening and happy eating.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Tomorrow on Afternoon Express, leading up to the Durban July, we take a look at some of the event's unique style. Fashion designers Craig Jacobs and Catherine Kidger showcase their latest work. And we take a look at what makes each of our major cities' style unique.
Another feel-good production.
Join us next time for more fabulous fun inspired by First for Women on Afternoon Express. For an insurance quote, call 0861 11 18 44 or SMS FIRST to 49267.